I got the words jacuzzi and yakuza confused. Now I'm in hot water with the Japanese mafia. Hello YouTube, I'm back at it once again. You guys impressed me so much. We had so many views and over 100 likes on that first YouTube exclusive video. It's inspired me to do another very quickly. Now, before I do, let's set a goal for this one. I know it's a cheesy YouTube thing to do, but let's do it. If this video gets over 200 likes, or at least 200 likes, I'll do more of this content soon. Otherwise, it may be a while as we've got quite a few tournaments coming up, and I guess a quick note that if you guys are looking for a live tournament, the Ting Open is back. You can go to twitch.tv or /BaseTradeTV/events. Nailed it to see our full schedule, but this is not a game from any tournament. This comes from the ladder play and not streamed from what I understand either. So this is a game nobody has seen except you guys and, well, me. Spawning here in the top right, it is, of course, the Blue Terran. He's back. It's Team Liquid's Taeja. And in this TvT to the bottom left, ooh, using those cool new skins, I think, we have the Red Terran player Alive. If you guys are wondering who this little face is, he is the, oh, textures aren't loading face, and he will place over top of things like this clan decal or decal. How do Americans say decal? Decal, right. I say decal for the record. Anyways, Taeja and Alive is a great warm-up match because, as I just kind of alluded to, I'm sorry, guys. Sounds like advertising, but there's just such a cool group coming up. We have 4 Terrans. You are the first ones to hear me announce that we're going to have DeMuslim come guest cast with me on January 6th at 5 a.m. Pacific. You'll have to do your own time conversions from there. So that's a group of 4 Terrans. That's 5 best of 5 TvTs. And Taeja is one of the players playing in that group. The others are Cure, Soul, and Kelazur. It's going to be a wild card group to say the least, and I'm really curious to see what Taeja's TvT is looking like right now, and this is a pretty good measure for him, as Alive is another very talented Terran player to say the least. That being said, he has fallen from grace over time, and in a weird way, because of that, I actually see these two pretty well matched for one another. Taeja obviously got a lot of hype during Home Story Cup. Hell, Taeja vs. Serral is like one of our most watched YouTube videos of all time, by the way, but Taeja got a lot of hype at Home Story Cup, and I think a lot of it came from the fact that he just came back from military and he was already playing this good. I said it at Home Story Cup, which is about a month and a half ago now. I said in 2 months, Taeja's going to be on top, and we're almost at the timer. So I got a lot of hype things I'm hopeful for here for this Team Liquid Terran. But on the other, Alive is our boy. He's been in so many BaseTradeTV tournaments over the years. There was a time in GSL where he was really rivaling the best. His TvT was actually pretty fantastic. Objectively, I think right now Cure still has the best TvT out of any player in Korea, but hey, come fight me. I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. But Alive was somebody I would measure up with him when he was at his peak. But that peak was almost a year ago now, so I don't think it's going to be quite like riding a bicycle. Got all these new changes, things like cyclones being a problem. Nice little start here with the Reapers. A couple grenades panically going down because he's trying to keep this one alive. Where's that regen? Where are those drugs at? Okay, he can take on the Hellion if you want to. Taeja's right to back away from this. Now, for the follow-up, I actually got double tech labs coming out of Taeja, which is kind of interesting. So I'm going to assume either tanks or cyclones. It's a little hard to say now in TvT because cyclones are such a good opener, but it doesn't mean you're going to dedicate to them. You might just end up going for like the solo Cyclone as the opener. On the other side, we got Alive doing a Raven, and we've actually seen some top-notch Terrans, Gumiho, Innovation, and a few others. I'm name dropping. Let me pick up these names. I'm dropping them all over the place during this cast. But Gumiho and Innovation and many other trendsetters in Korea have been playing in a lot of these online events. And we've actually seen Ravens be somewhat favorable. The interference matrix is really effective against things like Cyclones, stopping medevacs, stopping liberators. But their auto turrets are still incredibly powerful and not to be underestimated. One Raven hiding out in the back lines, just throwing down an auto turret every like minute or so, can really get a lot of SCV kills. And in fact, you can even see Taeja, he's also opening here with a Raven to follow up, which will be really beneficial. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to TvT, no matter what style you're going for, tanks are the kingmakers. Whether it's defensively or offensively, you need siege tanks in this matchup, and there's no way around it, and that's where that Raven really shines. The interference matrix I had described earlier can block out the tanks, allowing you to position yourself forward. Taeja goes for a big scan on the main base of Alive. Also, I guess I didn't say this at the beginning, guys, but like, this is full spoiler free. I love jumping into these replays live with you, so I am also seeing this for the first time. Like I said, good guy, well, I'm not going to say who sent me the replay, that might spoil the game, but good guy, somebody in this match sent me this replay, and I was like, thank you so much. This gives me something excellent to continue rewarding our subscribers with, as I know you guys are probably very interested in both of these players. It's going to be an awkward fight for that Reaper. Not one he's going to win. Hellion sits on the other side of the map, maybe just looking for the move out, but there's nothing to really see moving out. Taeja, as you guys can see, has got his tank set up here in his natural base. Alive, on the other hand, wants to be the aggressor. He's got 2 Ravens. He'll expand behind this, which I really like, because he doesn't actually have to commit. He could do some soft contained pressure. But I mean, Taeja's also got a 3rd base. The key difference is it's just not on location. Also, it doesn't have the cool building war chest skin, because Taeja probably didn't buy the war chest, unlike Alive. And if you guys didn't see, by the way, just some cool, like, we're not affiliated with them, so this isn't me trying to advertise, but just like some cool hype. The IEM Katowice prize pool has been capped out at $400,000 already, thanks to contributions from the war chest, which is really rad. I don't know when we're going to find out about ours, and if you guys haven't heard, I guess this is a small advertisement. We do have a exclusive link. I'll put it in the description of this video. If you do want to buy the war chest, it's an affiliate link, so we will get a small percentage of the purchase. But the point is, IM got capped out, which means hundreds and thousands of people bought that war chest so quick, so fast, which is really cool. And it's good, a good sign for esports and StarCraft and all that good happiness. But anyways, getting back to the game, we do have Bio versus Bio. Engineering Bays working away here for Taeja. Alive just now getting his set up. I'm also aware that I don't have mouse... I have mouse scrolling enabled. I am terribly sorry about that, guys. This is going to drive me bonkers. Just give me 1 second here. Woo! It's pretty important when you're playing the game to have that option checked off when you're observing. Oh, man, it makes you slip and slide like you're castling on ice. Anyways, as we got the move out of Alive, he said he was pushing out earlier. He's got 4 tanks, 4 Vikings, 2 Ravens. It's an almost identical attack force that Taeja has to defend with. This is one of the times I really appreciate skins. They just look so nice. But pardon moi, looking for some positioning here. Even if you interference matrix out those tanks, there's the danger that your Raven might be the one caught with the interference matrix. But oh, it's a tough position for both. Nobody really has vision to fight here. Alive's deciding to withdraw is probably the smarter option. He lands a couple of Vikings to deal with that Marine. All right, not bad. Stops the minor harassment. It's more like a scouting poke. But as far as the follow-up to this, lots of barracks. And lots of barracks. And we're probably just going to see Marine tank pumped out. And this is such a classic style of TvT I've just fallen in love with over time. TvT for me will never be my favorite matchup, but it will always be where it is. And that's like right smack dab in the middle. It combines really great tactics, map awareness, cool maneuvers, but also just like macro. When it comes to Marine tank, you don't see a lot of these high-level TvTs where somebody's often behind 9 tanks because they've had to keep up on macro. They know how important this is. And so far... almost identical, minus that small scuffle killing a couple units early on, which was, admittedly, not much, but still. Vikings in the sky are going to be the kingmakers if this goes on long enough. I mean, we've seen some games that go upwards of 20 minutes, and the Terrans have got 5 starports down. They're trying to reactor out just massive amounts of Vikings. And the reason you do that is just because air control, air dominance, not having to scan and be able to see where your opponent is, but having free like leeway to send your Ravens in, interference matrix to the tanks. These are all very... very important details when it comes to this TvT matchup. I'm also a little curious about the medevacs here. You're going to see a very scarce amount of medevacs in most of these Marine tank battles, just because the Vikings are more valuable. But maybe a drop or two could sneak into the back door of one of these players. You know, Alive's sending a lot of Marines up here at the top left. Maybe he could sneak in there to the top base, get a drop off, kill some SCVs. If he does that, though, there's always the risk Taeja's also counter-pushing, and that's where these sensor towers are so important. A detail that both of the players third to note, because without this, you would have a very hard time seeing this coming. No matter how good you are at TvT, nobody is Miss Cleo, and, well, unless you're cheating. But, okay, nobody is Miss Cleo in a legitimate game. So you won't see that stuff coming unless you look for it. This base is going to get canceled. Nice pick off there out of Taeja. Not hugely critical, but it is worth noting his own CC is finishing up safely within his own base. So while this is a big setback for Alive, Taeja will actually be able to get his 4th base a lot sooner. And by the looks of things, this one might be one of the ones we're in for the long haul for, guys. I love me some TvT, and I'm just going to sit down, buckle up, open up myself a can of Coca-Cola. Not sponsored, by the way. Because I didn't drink before casting this, and I now realize, my dear YouTube friends, that I will go out of breath and water and moisture very quickly if this is going to be a long TvT. Oh, big mule drop here for Alive. Unfortunately, because this was a ladder game, there's no WCS Game Heart mod. I can't really highlight the income for you guys as we normally do, but just note that that's going to spike up here pretty darn good. Mules are nice, especially when you got 4 of them coming down at once. But both players are spending their money very well. The difference is Taeja's already maxed out. He kind of beat alive to this clock. As he comes in, we could have a really big fight come down. He's scouting ahead with a Marine to look what's safe. He's up 20 Marines for this fight. If there's a single anti-armor missile that goes off, it's a game over for Alive. But at the same time, Alive's the one defending. He can set up his siege tanks. He's got 11 Vikings to 11 Vikings. I think the Ravens are going to be the big difference makers in this game. Taeja's trying to force him out of position, though. He stims in. It's a risky move. He doesn't know what's waiting for him. Anti-armor is going to go off. It doesn't hit all the Marines. He's going to back away from this. Alive's looking for a position to engage. He's going to set up his own siege tanks. Vikings in the sky, fighting against Vikings in the sky. Nobody here shoots down, though. No Liberators in play. 2-2, so close to finishing for both of these players. I don't know if this will be a big timing, but there's a small opportunity here where Alive should have his 2-2 before Taeja, and if it comes down to it, Marines beat Marines on upgrades, period. But Taeja's not finding the opportunity to really break in here. He can't deal with these Vikings so easily. He's hoping to maybe bait Alive over this, but again, these Ravens for both players, full energy. I guess Alive did lose one. Interference Matrix goes down on one of the tanks. He blocks out his opponent's Raven. Alive had no chance to cast any abilities in counter to this. And oh, we got a fusion core in the back line. I want to believe battlecruisers, but it's probably Liberator range. Liberators are going to be really useful for moving these tanks out of position. This is a planetary, by the way, so Marines will not simply be able to stim this so easily. He's going to need the tank support, but there's no way to get those tanks in there. Alive has got these covered on the ramp. If Taeja moves up the ramp even an inch, his tanks are going to get blasted. 12 tanks to 10, 57 Marines to 44. Alive's getting really greedy being out of position like this. Taeja can churn on him with those Marines if he's not careful. I think he knew this too, so he backs away here to be a little bit more safe. But Taeja looking for the positioning. 12 tanks to 10. Can he get the siege? He sieges up a little bit faster. The Marines are splitting. We got some Liberators coming in. I don't know how this fight's going to go, but it's looking pretty good for Taeja. Numbers-wise, he splits those Marines. He takes out his opponent's tank. Alive doesn't have anything left on the ground but a single tank. Cleans up the Vikings. There's a Raven. What's this Raven going to do? Nothing. This will assist in typing GG. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Taeja wins the game, and it looks like he's in pretty good shape here for TvT. So again, I hope you guys like this YouTube exclusive content. Let's see if we can keep this ball rolling, shall we? So again, hit that like button if you want to see more exclusive content for just YouTube. And I'll say this one, for the next video, when it happens, let me know in the comments what players you want me to grab. I can't guarantee, obviously, but I'll try and grab some of the higher voted ones. So if like 50 people are up voting, let's see Stefano, happy to grab a Stefano replay or Taeja or whatever I can get my hands on. But thank you guys for watching, and until the next one, see you later, and make sure to tune in on January 6th for the Ting Open Round of 16.